We're reaching the climax of the Justin Fields saga in Chicago, man. He's 5-25 as a starting quarterback. And I know that quarterback can't be judged by a win-loss record, but damn, you got 25 losses and 5 wins? You better find a way, Justin Fields, to get the Bears the win over Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. The Broncos defense just allowed the Dolphins to hang a 70 burger on them. If you struggle against the Denver Broncos and you lose to Russell Wilson, I don't know if Justin Fields will be able to rebound from that. Russell Wilson is one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL this year. Justin Fields was expected to be a legitimate contender for NFL MVP this year, and he has not lived up to the hype or the expectations. And there's only so many excuses that you can make for Justin Fields. He doesn't have a great offensive line. He doesn't have great receivers. He doesn't have a great coaching staff. At the end of the day, when you're drafted in the first round, you're expected to be able to overcome dysfunction. The Chicago Bears are a bad team. They got a terrible coaching staff, but let's not make it seem like Justin Fields doesn't deserve any of the blame at all. I've seen Justin Fields overlook several wide open wide receivers. You need to go and watch Alex Rollins' film breakdown on Justin Fields and how he can't read defenses. If you can't read defenses, there's only so much success you can have as a mobile quarterback. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how great of an athlete you are. You got to be able to throw the ball from within the pocket, whether you want to do it or not. The NFL is a passing league, and these games come down to if your quarterback can deliver a 2-minute drive from within the pocket. The quarterbacks that are winning championships are quarterbacks that can win from within the pocket. Yes, being a dual threat quarterback is a flashy thing to be, but at the end of the day, the reason why it's called being a dual threat is because not only are you a threat with your legs, but you're also a threat with your arm. Justin Fields isn't a dual threat quarterback. He's a running quarterback, and he reminds me a lot of Vince Young. But even worse than Vince Young. At least Vince Young was able to have a little bit of success early on in his career, and then things fell apart. For Justin Fields, he's had some flashy games and some big flashy highlights, but that's about it. And Colin Cowherd was right about Justin Fields. He's a YouTube quarterback, and I love Justin Fields. He's my favorite player in the NFL, but I got to be unbiased and I got to be 100 about the situation. Justin Fields, I think his career is possibly on the line against the Denver Broncos. If he loses to Russell Wilson, I don't think there's any way the Chicago Bears can continue to move forward with him as a starting quarterback. You got to find a way to trade him, bench him, and then start tanking for Caleb Williams. You may have a bad coaching staff, but at least you'll have a chance to start over at the quarterback position. You at least are going to have a chance to get some new blood in there. You never drafted Justin Fields. Ryan Poles didn't draft Justin Fields, and neither did Matt Eberflus. If they have a chance to draft another quarterback, they should go ahead and do so. If Justin Fields ends up doing good with another franchise, then that's cool. But this coaching staff, they need to be able to get their own guy in there because Justin Fields obviously doesn't fit what they're trying to do. They tried to make this dude a pocket passer for a reason. They modified the offense around him. But at the end of the day, you can't win football games with the offense that the Bears are running with Justin Fields if he's not able to deliver accurate passes down the field. You can make all the excuses all you want to, but the film shows that Justin Fields is not great throwing the football within the pocket. He doesn't throw with anticipation. He can't read coverages. This doesn't look like a natural quarterback back there. It just looks like you have a great athlete back there at quarterback, and that's about it. Justin Fields being that quarterback for the Chicago Bears is the equivalent to in high school football where you don't have a great team and you just put your best athlete at quarterback. That's pretty much what the Bears have done. I watched DJ Moore wide open, running the flat route, clapping his damn hands for Justin Fields to throw them football. He's like, hey, Justin, you know I'm a true number 1 wide receiver, right? You guys traded for me for a reason. Throw me the damn ball. And kudos to DJ Moore for being able to keep his calm and composure because he's played with crappy quarterbacks in the past, so this is nothing new to him. But he probably thought, damn, I'm going to Chicago. I got a chance to play with a young gun at Justin Fields who was ranked ahead of Trevor Lawrence on the NFL's top 100 players list. These players really rank Justin Fields ahead of Trevor Lawrence in the NFL top 100. And yet, who has looked like the better quarterback so far this season? The Bears are 0-3. Their season is imbalanced. They lose against the Denver Broncos. They're 0-4. You might as well go ahead, wave the white towel, throw the white flag and surrender and give up on the season because it's over. They got to win against the Denver Broncos. And if they're going to do that, Justin Fields has to show up. If they lose to the Broncos and Justin Fields struggles, I don't really think there's any more reasons for the Justin Fields hype train to continue and for the saga to continue in Chicago. I think if Justin Fields shits the bed against the Denver Broncos, they should bench him and try to trade him before the trade deadline, because somebody is going to want Justin Fields. And it doesn't matter if Justin Fields does better with another team or not. You just need to get some new faces there at quarterback and try to find a QB who better fits your system. You try to make Justin Fields something that he's not, and that's a pocket quarterback. So that obviously tells us that Justin Fields doesn't fit the system if you try to make him a pocket passer. That obviously shows that you're looking for an accurate quarterback. You're looking for a good distributor of the football, and Caleb Williams is that. Caleb Williams and this Bears offense would make this offense look a lot better than what it looks like with Justin Fields at quarterback. Justin Fields has looked like the second worst quarterback in the NFL, only ahead of Zach Wilson. That's about it. And it's crazy that those two fools are coming from the same draft class, and they had so much expectations, and the potential was always brought up about when it came to those two guys, and they haven't been able to live up to it. You can keep saying how Justin Fields is getting held back all you want to, but at the same time, he's 5-25 as a starting quarterback. Win-loss record is not a quarterback stat, but anytime you only have 5 wins and you've been starting in the NFL for 3.5 seasons, that's a problem. Even despite how bad this coaching staff has been, Justin Fields doesn't make this coaching staff look any better. You know, at the end of the day, man, you got to be 100 when it comes to evaluating these quarterbacks, even if you have a lot of likeness towards them. The reason why people like Justin Fields so much is because he does great numbers on fantasy football. Well, at least he did last season. He's been awful in fantasy football this year. And once the fantasy community turns on you, when you're a bad player, you're a bad player. You know, there's only so many excuses that I can make about the offensive line when Justin Fields is holding on to the ball too long. He holds on to the ball longer than any other quarterback in the league. He doesn't see wide open wide receivers. That's the same issue that Mitch Trubisky had. Justin Fields said he was going to throw for 4,000 yards. He's nowhere close to that. He's on pace to finish with 3,000. You know, his passing touchdown total for this season coming into this year was 18.5 by Prize Picks. I thought that was disrespectful. I was like, so you mean to tell me Prize Picks doesn't think Justin Fields is good enough to at least throw a touchdown and a half per game? I thought they was tripping. Well, they was right. You know, like Justin Fields, I love him. He's my favorite player in the NFL, but I can't defend him anymore if they lose to the Denver Broncos, man. He has to play the best game of his whole entire NFL career. This defense gave up 70 to the Miami Dolphins. You're not the Dolphins, but if your offense can't have their best performance of the season against a defense coming off the worst performance in NFL history, then there's a problem. And there already are a lot of problems with the Bears organization. It's a tire fire, and it's not all of Justin Fields' fault. But he's a main part of the problem. You know, like, if you're not the solution, you're not... What did they say, man? If you're not the solution, you're the problem. If you're not the problem, you're part of the solution. And Justin Fields is not part of the solution, but he's part of the problem, which is why if they lose to Denver and he continues to struggle, they need to move on, trade him to another team. So what if he does better with another team? Some players just aren't meant to be in every system. You know, like I was going back and forth with my guy Juice, and I've been telling him that if he went to the 49ers, he wouldn't have succeeded. Kyle Shanahan wants a quarterback who can throw the football accurately, and plus his system is about throwing with timing and anticipation, both two things that Justin Fields severely lacks. I mean, if Caleb Williams was in the NFL right now, he would be better than Justin Fields. Let me ask you guys a question. Right now, who would you take? Caleb Williams or Justin Fields? I would take Caleb Williams. Hell, I know he hasn't played a single NFL game, but sometimes you can look at a player and just know that he's finna be great. When we saw Andrew Luck at Stanford, we know he was going to be great. When we saw Trevor Lawrence at Clemson, we knew he was going to be great. The only way Andrew Luck and Trevor Lawrence were not going to be great is if they just had all-time terrible coaching, which is what Trevor Lawrence had. Justin Fields hasn't had great coaching, but at the same time, like, he hasn't made the coaching look good. You know, your play caller is only as good as the quarterback. When you have a great quarterback, he makes the guys calling the plays job easier. You know, like Luke Getsy has to continue to change his offense and build an offense around a limited quarterback. When you got to continue to modify your offense to the point to appease a running quarterback and build around a quarterback's rushing ability in his third season, that's a problem. When you have a quarterback like Anthony Richardson, you expect him to run a lot early into his career where he develops as a passer. But by year 3, Anthony Richardson needs to be a polished passer. He doesn't have to be lighting the world on fire, but he needs to be good enough that he can win games for Indianapolis via throwing the football. It's make or break for Justin Fields. It's year 3. This is the pinnacle year for quarterbacks. Year 3 is where we can tell if a quarterback has it or not. You don't need 4 to 5 years anymore for a quarterback to tell you if he's the guy or not. We're year 3 in the Chicago Bears era. Well, when it comes to Justin Fields being the starting quarterback here, and he hasn't shown any development. He looks like he's gotten worse. The coaching staff hasn't helped that, but the fact that they're trying to make him a pocket passer shows you that he's not a fit in this offense. If he loses to Russell Wilson, it's not going to be a good look for him, and I think that the Bears should look to move on. You can't recover after losing to Russell freaking Wilson, fam. Russell Wilson. I can't even call him Russell Wilson anymore. I can't even call him Russ. I got to call him Russell. He doesn't even deserve to be called Russ anymore. Russ is too cool of a nickname to have to be playing like garbage. Justin Fields, man, he needs to show us something against the Denver Broncos, and I love him. But I can't keep making excuses for a guy who has a losing record and a guy who can't read defenses, is overlooking the acquisitions that were made to benefit him and help elevate him. You know, like, we thought that the Bears with Justin Fields this year were going to be able to take a similar leap to the Philadelphia Eagles. They may not have been Super Bowl contenders, but we at least thought this could be a fringe playoff team. The Bears and Ryan Poles, they gave Justin Fields better receivers. They gave him DJ Moore. But what's the point of giving Justin Fields DJ Moore and saying, oh, Justin Fields has no receivers if he's going to overlook DJ Moore when he's wide open? That defeats the purpose of the Chicago Bears getting DJ Moore. They might as well have not traded for DJ Moore. They might as well have not even asked for DJ Moore if Justin Fields was going to overthrow him and constantly overlook him when he's wide open. I need to see Justin Fields have the best game of his career against the Denver Broncos. And if he struggles and they lose this game, I'm off the Justin Fields hype train, and I think the Chicago Bears should call it quits and throw in the towel with him.